Hello everyone. So again today we will see about the hysteresis motor. Basically we have seen in the previous lectures regarding the different types of single phase induction motor. Likewise the split phase induction motor, capacitor start, capacitor on motor, as well as the resistance start motor, capacitor start motor, again repulsion motor, then again we have seen about AC series motor, stepper motor, etc. Okay, these are nothing but the types of single phase induction motor. Okay, so today we will see about the hysteresis motor. Today we will see about the universal motor. Okay, and hysteresis is the last part of this particular topic. So this lecture we will going to see about universal motor. Then before going to start detailing, I will to tell about why this motor is called a universal. Okay, as we have classified the motor according to its polarity, that means supply systems. So as we consider it's either AC or DC, but this motor we are classified as, or we are given the name as a universal, because this type of motor basically used for DC as well as AC supply system. That means previously in the last semester we have seen about that motors which are operated on DC supply, we call the DC motors, and now we are seeing if the motors are operating on AC supply, then we call it AC motors. But this particular universal motor, which works on both supply. Okay, that means AC as well as DC. So the name is given as a universal motor. Okay, universal, it's nothing but a common motors, or we can use this motor commonly anywhere in the supply system. Okay, either it may be DC or AC. Now the motors which can be used with a single phase AC source as well as a DC source of supply and voltages are called as a universal motor. I just stated earlier. So these motors are generally series wound and hence produces high starting torque. That means series motors. Now I just said earlier, these type of motors now which is used for DC as well as AC supply system. Now here these particularly universal type motors basically nothing but a series wound motors. Series wound means what? Is nothing but a series connection, as we seen in this particular figure. So this is nothing but a construction part of universal motor. Okay, universal motor, as I stated here, the construction of universal motor is very similar to the construction of DC machines. Okay, that means construction of this motor is similar to that of DC machine. That means DC series machine. Now for this I have shown this particular figure which shows that this construction, it is exactly similar to that of a DC series motor, as we call it's a DC series motor, because here in the DC series motor what we are doing, we are connecting the field, that means field winding and armature winding, both are in series configurations. Okay, then we call it's a DC series motor. If you are connecting the field winding of motor are in series with the armature winding, then we call it is nothing but a DC series motor. Now the construction of this universal motor is it is also similar to that of construction of DC series motor. Okay, that I mentioned here. This armature and field winding are in series and hence produces the high starting torque. As we seen the characteristics of DC series motor, the DC series motor always creating or always producing the high starting torque. So this particularly universal motor also used for the high starting torque applications, because all this winding, that means field winding of both field winding as well as the armature winding, we are connected in the series configurations. Okay, again we will say constructions. It consists of a stator on which the field poles are mounted. Field coils are wound on the field poles. That means it is the construction of this particular universal motor is similar to that of DC motor, DC machines, or simply called a DC series motors. So as we see in the DC series motor, again there are two parts we call the field winding as well as armature winding. Okay, so this in the AC motor we are, instead of field we are using the stator winding, and instead of armature we are using the rotor. Okay, that words stator is nothing but a field and rotor is nothing but an armature. So here the the particular construction is basically consists of the stator as well as rotor, and here in the part of stator, the stator on which the field poles are mounted. That means in the stator we are wounding the field winding. Okay, field pole, this is nothing but the poles which as shown in the N and S poles. So this is nothing but it's part of stator. हा पूर्ण जो part आहे, this is हा पूर्ण पार्ट तुमचा स्टेटरचा आहे, इवन दो दिस इज एन पोल, दिस इज एस पोल. ओके, दीज आर द पोल्स अँड ऑन द पोल वी आर वाउंडिंग द फील्ड वाइंडिंग. म्हणजे पोल मध्ये मी काय केलं, पोल वरती मी काय केलं, वायर किंवा वाइंडिंग मी वायर वाउंड केलेलं. दॅट इज नथिंग बट वी आर प्रोव्हाइडिंग द वाइंडिंग, वी आर वाउंडिंग द वायर ऑन द field poles. Okay, again the field coils are wound on the field poles. However, the whole magnetic path, that is the stator field circuit and also armature, is laminated because the lamination is necessary to minimize the eddy current which induces while operating on AC. Now, as we are using this motor to operate on the AC supply, okay, that means we are starting this motor by using the AC sources. So basically, as we know that AC system has a frequency of 50 Hz. So to eliminate the eddy current losses, generally we have to laminate the different stator parts. That means basically we have the pole structures. So this basically the pole we are going to laminate it in the different sections so as to minimize the eddy current. Okay, because in the AC system this is frequency is always there, frequency is always there. So basically because of this frequency, what will happen, the eddy current will be generated, and this eddy current will create the different losses, the power losses in the system, as well as it will create the heat. Okay, so which will reduces the efficiency of the motor. Okay, and for reducing that losses, eddy current losses, now we are going to laminate the this magnetic path, that means the pole of the this universal motors. Okay, now it's part of stator. Now we are moving towards the rotor. The rotary armature is of wound type, having a stator pseudo slot and commutator with brushes resting on it. That means what? Now this is the part of rotor. Okay, similarly that of armature winding. Again, the armature winding that of series motor is, again we are using this word I here for the universal motor as a rotor winding. Okay, so this rotor winding is nothing but a wound type. Wound type simply called as nothing but it's a circular shape and having the stator skewed slot. म्हणजे ह्याच्यामध्ये काय केलं आपण, we are providing the winding in the armature side or the armature part, that is rotor मध्ये सुद्धा we are आपण काय करतो इथं रोटर मध्ये सुद्धा आपण वायर किंवा वाइंडिंग वाउंड करतो. ओके, नाउ हियर this winding is this rotor winding here we are going to connect with the field winding through the brushes, as we seen in the construction of DC series motor. Now this field winding we are going to connect to the armature through the brushes. Okay, brushes तुम्हाला माहिती आहे. So brush आम्ही काय केली तर कनेक्ट केलं. So that is nothing but the commutator with the brushes resting on it. म्हणजे सिंपली काय केले, ब्रश मधून आम्ही काय करतो ह्याला सप्लाय दिलेला. That is armature winding, simple called rotor winding, we are going to connect through the brushes towards the field poles. Okay, the commutation on AC is poorer than the fact of DC. Okay, that means DC मध्ये जितकं आपल्याला कम्युटेशन प्रोसेस इतकं चांगलं मिळतं तितकं आपल्याला इथं मिळत नाही. That is I mentioned the commutation on AC is always poorer than that of the DC because of the current induced in the armature coils. Okay, for that reason brushes used are having high resistances. Now as we are getting the poor connection, that is a poor commutation here as compared to DC system or DC supply. So basically to reduce the effect of the commutation process, we are purposefully increasing the resistance of the brushes. म्हणजे इथं मला कम्युटेशन प्रोसेस चांगली मिळण्यासाठी जर कम्युटेशन प्रोसेस जर चांगली नसेल, कम्युटेशन प्रोसेस जर एकदम पुअर असेल तर बेसिकली व्हॉट विल हॅपन, द स्पार्किंग टेक्स प्लेस ॲट द ब्रशेस. म्हणजे कम्युटेशन प्रोसेस जर तुमची प्रॉपर नसेल तर बेसिकली काय होतं, तर इथं या ब्रश ऍक्सिसला इथं बेसिकली काय होतं, स्पार्किंग क्रिएट होतं, दॅट इज आर्मेचर रिएक्शन क्रिएट होतं. आणि बेसिकली काय होतं इथं त्या आर्मेचर रिएक्शन असेल किंवा कम्युटेशन प्रोसेस प्रॉपर नसल्यामुळे या ब्रश ऍक्सिसला स्पार्किंग क्रिएट होतं बऱ्याचदा. ओके, मग ते काय केलं तर ते रिड्यूस कसं करायचं, तर इथं काय करतात तर हाय रेजिस्टन्स ब्रश ठेवायचा. म्हणजे सिंपली इन्स्टेड ऑफ नॉर्मल ब्रशेस वी आर इन्क्रीजिंग द रेजिस्टन्स ऑफ द ब्रशेस. दॅट मीन्स सिंपली मी काय केलं, हाय रेजिस्टन्स असलेलं ब्रश मी इथं कनेक्ट करतो. ओके, कशासाठी, टू इन्क्रीज द कम्युटेशन प्रोसेस. एसी मध्ये as I said this universal motor operates on AC as well as DC. ओके, जर मी DC दिलं तर काही प्रॉब्लेम नाही, इथं लॅमिनेशन करायची पण गरज नाही, डायरेक्टली इथं आर्मेचर मधनं करंट फ्लो होणार आणि हा वर्क आहे DC सिरीज मोटर. बट मी जर सपोज इथं एसी ला कनेक्ट केलं तर काय होणार आहे, इथं एसी ला फ्रिक्वेन्सी असणार, त्यामुळे इथं एडी करंट लॉसेस होणार, कारण एडी करंट लॉस बेसिकली डायरेक्टली प्रोपोर्शनल फ्रिक्वेन्सी असतं. ओके, ऍज अ डीसी मध्ये फ्रिक्वेन्सी तुमचं काही शून्य म्हणजे फ्रिक्वेन्सी तिथं अब्सेंट आहे, सो इथं एडी करंट लॉसेस कमी असणार. But for this particularly AC supply, frequency is almost 50 Hz in India. So basically काय होणार, frequency मुळे as I said earlier की frequency, this eddy current losses are directly proportional to frequency. Okay, to reduce the losses again I should laminate the poles. And as well as if I connect the AC supply towards the commutator of this particularly universal motor, then there is a poorer कम्युटेशन प्रोसेस, म्हणजे कम्युटेशन प्रोसेस एकदम पुअर किंवा मला एकदम नॉट प्रॉपर म्हणजे प्रॉपर मिळणार नाही. ओके, सो बेसिकली इट इज हॅपन्स विथ द एसी सप्लाय. Again, if I want to get the best or better commutation process, I have to increase the resistance of the brushes. That means I should use the brushes which are having the high resistances. Okay, this is nothing but a construction part of the universal motor, as it is similar to that of DC series motor. Okay, but only difference is that in the instead of simple poles, we are laminating these particularly poles, as well as we are increasing the brush resistances, or simply called we are having, instead of a normal brushes, we are using the high resistance brushes for the universal motor when we are going to connect the AC supply. Okay, now we will move towards the working. A universal motor works on either DC or single phase AC supply. When the universal motor is fed with the DC supply, it works as a DC series motor. That means, as I said earlier, this motor is work on AC as well as DC supply. Now, if I give the DC supply, then it will work as a DC series motor. Now we are going to working. When current flows in the field winding, it produces an electromagnetic field. The same current also flows from armature conductors. When a current carrying conductor is placed in the electromagnetic field, it experiences a mechanical force. Due to this mechanical force or torque, the rotor starts to rotate. The direction of this force is given by Fleming's left-hand rule. Okay, that means, as we know about the working principle of induction motor as a DC motors, so this field winding always produces the fluxes, and here the armature I kept in between the field poles. Okay, now when I going to connect the this construction towards any AC or a DC supply, then what will happen? The current will start to flow through this winding. That means current will start to flow through this field winding. It goes to the armature as well as it goes to field, and again it come back to supply. Okay. Now, once the current will flow through the field winding, obviously it will produces the fluxes. Okay, obviously field winding चे कामच आहे flux produce करणं, आणि once the field winding produces the fluxes, now this flux will interlink with this rotor, because we are kept this rotor in between the different poles. Okay, त्यामुळे काय होणार आहे, जेव्हा इथं करंट फ्लो होईल स्टेटर तुमच्या फील्ड वाइंडिंग मध्ये, त्या कारण फ्लक्स प्रोड्यूस होणार आहेत, आणि तो this flux is going to interlink in the rotor conductors. Okay, now what will happen? Now this, because of this, as well as I connect this field winding as in series with the rotor, that is armature conductors. Now, as we know that when the current carrying conductor kept in field, it experiences mechanical force, that is according to Faraday's second law. Hence, what will happen? The torque or force is exerted on the rotor, and rotor will start rotating. Okay, now the direction of this force can be found out by using the Fleming's left-hand rule. Okay, that means this Fleming's left-hand rule basically used to found the direction of the rotation of that universal motors. Okay, now we have seen about the DC supply. That means, as said earlier, we can connect the motor or as DC as well as AC. Then this is working of DC supply. Now we are going to focus on the AC supply. When we are giving the AC supply, it still produces unidirectional torque, because armature winding and field winding are connected in series. They are in same phase. Okay, that means, as I said in construction part, both are in series connections. Now, if the AC current will flow, if this construction are connected to the AC supply, then AC current will flow. Then again, it will produce the same torque or same direction. We call unidirectional torque. Now, hence, as polarity of AC changes periodically, the direction of current in armature and field winding reverses at the same time. As we know that AC supply has the different polarities, it will change continuously according to frequency. So if the polarity of AC supply will change, obviously the current through the field and road, this armature, is simultaneously changes. Okay, hence there is no any effect of the field. There is no any effect of this force, this fluxes on the direction of rotation. Okay, thus the direction of magnetic field and the direction of armature current reverses in such a way that the direction of force experienced by armature conductor remains same. Okay, that means at a time दोन्हीकडे same polarity चे current flow झाला, मग काय होणार, ह्याच्यावरती direction चे constant राहणार आहे. Okay, that means direction will not change. Thus, regardless of AC or DC supply, universal motor works on the same principle that DC series motor works. Okay, that means, yeah, either you connect on the AC as or DC, the universal motor will work similar to that of DC series motor. So this is nothing but a characteristics of universal motor. Now the speed load characteristics of universal motor is similar to that of DC series motor. The speed of universal motor is low at full load and very high at no load. Okay, that means as I said, the construction of this universal motor is similar to that of your DC series motor. So as we seen in the DC series motor, basically this DC series motor has a very high starting torque and the speed at the start is always at the high. Okay, at the we have seen about the characteristics of DC series motor. The speed of DC series motor is always high at the starting. Hence, to limit that speed, we are providing such load. Okay, and obviously, the speed of that series motor is low at a full load. Okay, so similar to that of universal motor, the speed of universal motor is low at the full load and it is very high at the no load. Usually, gear trains are used to get the required speed on required load. Okay, that means normally what we call the simply electrical trains or a traction system, basically they have used the DC series motor for its operations. Now if they're working on the AC supply, then they are preferring the universal motor instead of DC series motor, because both DC series as well as the universal motor have the same characteristics. It has a high starting torque and it has used for the high starting torque applications. So this type of motor generally preferred for the traction system as well as some different applications. The speed as well as load characteristics are for both AC as well as DC as shown in figure. That means as I said, as I shown in the figure, this is the characteristics or simply graph which is plot in between the torque as well as the speed. So it is nothing but a speed torque characteristics. So as I said earlier, this universal type of motor basically work on DC as well as AC. So I have shown the characteristics of both supplies. Okay, that means if this universal motor works on DC supply, then this is the characteristics, this is the speed torque characteristics, and if it will operate on the AC, then this is the second alternating current characteristics. Okay, now you can see that there is a difference, there's quite difference between these two characteristics. As I connect the DC supply as a connect the DC source as a supply system, then the torque which is exerted on the motor is highest compared to the AC supply. Okay, now this is the blue color. You can see that this is nothing but the characteristics of universal motor as I connect to the DC, while this is the characteristics of universal motor while I connect to the AC supply. Okay, now here there is no any construction difference. Only the difference is that if I connect the motor as an towards the AC supply, then I have to provide the laminations to the pole of induction, this particularly universal type motors, as well as if I connect the AC supply to the motor, then I should use the high resistance brushes. Okay, as I get the poor connection, that is the poor commutation process for the AC supply. So for obtaining the proper commutation process for universal motor, I have to increase the resistance of the brushes which are used for the armature connections. Okay, so this is nothing but an speed torque characteristics. Now this is nothing but next part is nothing but an applications. The universal motor find their use in various home appliances like vacuum cleaners, drink and food mixers, domestic shaving machines, etc. Okay, basically universal जी motor आहे हे कुठे वापरतात? Universal motor as we seen this is used as this is used on AC as well as DC supply. So this motor has a lot of domestic, simply called the home appliances applications. Okay, likewise vacuum cleaners, ड्रिंकिंग अँड फूड मिक्सर. आपल्या घरातलं जे सिंपल मिक्सर आहे त्या मिक्सर मध्ये नॉर्मली युनिव्हर्सल मोटर वापरलं जातं. ओके, बिकॉज इट हॅज अ हाय स्टार्टिंग टॉर्क as well as the speed of this universal motor is lower at the full load. So again, domestic shaving machines, etc. These are nothing but application. This is nothing but a common applications of universal motor, as well as such type of universal motors. They are used for high rating universal motors are used in portable drills, blenders, etc. Okay, that means where the drill machines are there, portable drill machines, जिथं आपण बेसिकली इलेक्ट्रिकल वायरिंगचे काम करते तिथे पोर्टेबल ड्रिल्स असतात किंवा ड्रिल मशीन्स आहेत किंवा जे ब्लेंडर्स आहेत तिथं जिथं हाय सेटिंग टॉर्च रिक्वायरमेंट आहे त्या केसमध्ये सुद्धा आपण काय केलं जातं तर हे युनिव्हर्सल मोटर वापरलं जातं. ओके, दॅट मीन्स युनिव्हर्सल मोटर बेसिकली कुठे वापरतात? मोस्टली ह्याच्या अप्लायन्स ऍप्लिकेशन सगळं रेसिडेन्शियल किंवा होम अप्लायन्सेसला जिथं मला हाय स्टार्टिंग टॉर्क लागतं तिथं हे वापरलं जातं. ऍज वेल एज ते कॉमन ऍप्लिकेशन जिथं मला हाय स्टार्टिंग टॉर्क मला कमी क्वांटिटीसाठी लागणार आहे, किंवा हाय स्टार्टिंग टॉर्क जिथं मला जर मला प्रॉपर हवं असेल, म्हणजे जर मला जास्त पॉवर न अप्लाय करता जर मला नॉर्मल सिंगल फेज इंडक्शन मोटरमध्ये जर मला हाय स्टार्टिंग टॉर्क अवेलेबल किंवा म्हणजे मला मिळवायचं किंवा रिक्वायर्ड असेल त्या केसमध्ये मी हे युनिव्हर्सल मोटर प्रेफर करू शकतो. ओके, so that's of this universal motor. Okay, for next lecture we will see the last point of this topic. This is nothing but a hysteresis motor. Okay, thank you.